Alright guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how to use the search term inspector tool in conjunction with the Flex bulk campaign builder, which is another system that if you're not signed up for, you won't have access to it, but if you do choose to sign up for it, it works really well along with this tool to just quickly create new campaigns as well as bulk negate poor performing campaigns, or especially if you have some research campaigns that are triggering some certain search terms that just aren't doing well, you can quickly reduce the wasted ad spend with this tool. So the way this works is we head back over to our settings tab, and you can see down here I've already plugged in my Flex bulk campaign builder ID, and that's just from the toolbox in your members area. You'll see the Flex system if you do have that in your account, and you can open that up, and the ID that you're going to plug in here is just the ID that you see up here in the URL box. So once you have that there, then you can go up to Apex and open it up. There'll be an option there in the menu. All right, and this is what the Flex tool looks like. I'll have a designated video on how to get onboarded and set up with this specific tool, but for this one I'm just going to reference it and use it here in creating some new campaigns for us, as well as doing some bulk negations. But what we're going to do is we're going to first focus on the settings right here in the Stoptimizer section. So basically these default settings are pretty decent for, you know, a mid competitive niche where you want to set some thresholds on search terms that people are searching for that just aren't doing well. We want to make sure, especially in like broad phrase auto campaigns, that we don't continue to pay for these if they're just really not performing well. So all you need to do once you have this search term inspector tool initialized is come back up here and hit search term inspector, run Stoptimizer. And depending on how my demo data is structured here, I may or may not have any results. We'll see here. So it looks like I do have some, which is good. And you can see all of these have 0 orders, and they're either getting flagged by the spend threshold more than likely, or we had a clicks threshold, I believe, as well. So it's based on that threshold in the settings tab of why these are showing here. The other one I think was impressions and click-through rate. So I'm not going to go through one by one and figure out which because we don't really care. All we care about is that, especially if these are like auto campaigns. So you see a lot of exacts here, and this is just because this is demo data. Usually these will be broad phrase, or we do have some autos there. But my operating procedure for negating these poor performers in the research campaigns is first you'll come over here to column V, and this will, if you've already negated some, it'll show up as which ones have already been negated, and I will just make sure I'm only looking at blanks or ones that I haven't negated yet. So that's kind of step one. Step two is I don't negate any exacts. Again, this demo data is all messed up, but the exacts I handle in the actually the bulk ops filter, and I use this poor performer filter to show me those. That's both for the exacts and your product ASIN targeting. Your product ASIN targeting negations, you would want to handle those in your bulk ops file. But the others, you can use the bulk negate tool from the Flex system. So you'll come up here, and the other thing I'll deselect is multi-SKU campaigns, just because you don't necessarily know which SKU that these targets are associated if you have multiple SKUs in one ad group. But what's left is the data you see here, and we actually are going to need, if we go over to Flex and go to the bulk negate tool, which is this little negative, you can see we need the search term, campaign, and ad group, and then we'll pick the negate type we want to use. So we come back over here, and you can see the columns have been rearranged in the most effective order. Grab that, and then the ad group like that. Copy that, and we'll just paste values. All right, and after you've pasted these guys in the bulk negate tool, one other thing you're going to do is remove duplicates, because you can see that we do have some of the same search terms being triggered in different campaigns. So what you can do to quickly remove duplicates in any of the Apex or FBA Excel tools is highlight the block of data, hit Control-Shift-Alt, and then the number 1. And it's going to run a little script that you can see there. It just removed the duplicate data. And you can see it kind of took away some of our data validation, but that's all right. So then the last step to build your bulk negate file is just come up here, click add negates to bulk file. This script does take a little bit longer than usual, so hit OK. And actually, I didn't take that at all. So there's our new bulk negate file. Now we just come up here, build negate upload file, hit yes, and as long as we have our upload folder ID in our settings tab, this is just going to send it to our Google Drive folder that we can then go over to our bulk sheet campaign manager, go to uploads, and then we'll have the bulk negate file there that we can upload. So that is how that works. And in the next video, we're going to be going over the search term inspector tool and how to use it to actually create some new campaigns and find new high converting search terms. So I'll see you on the next video.